Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade in the City.
Shadeinthecity.
I'm your girl Treese,
It snows.
and we're back refreshed from nice little girls' weekend.
Like we ain't get no
Um,
tans though. We don't look like we got no tans.
I feel like I'm glowing, but anyway, so
I didn't feel like I was glowing. I said I didn't feel like I got darker. That's what I said.
yeah, no, the melanin didn't set in. But thank you guys for tuning in. We are doing Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 15, and then tomorrow will be 16 because that's what's coming on tonight. Now, please make sure if you have not already that you hit that like button.
And the subscribe button.
And shout out to Maggie. I figured out her name and one of our newest subscribers and we got her from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I can really appreciate her dropping her comment, subscribing. We love the support. And yeah, we just appreciate it, you engaging with us. So yeah, let's keep at it. Let's keep growing. And let's get into what's the name of that? Not Michelle Obama. Sanya, we see that Ross is still upset and basically tells them to leave his wife alone. Now he gets up and leaves the table, and he's basically like, I felt like my wife was drowning, and that's basically my job as her husband. If I have to drown for her, then I'll do that. And I thought that was super sweet. Absolutely, you better do what you're supposed to do. Okay.
Period.
Right. Go ahead, Sanya. You got you a good man. I ain't mad about that. Now, Kenya is still upset and says she doesn't understand why Sanya's not more apologetic instead of being so, defensive. And she's like, well, why didn't she question why Marlo was there? Why wasn't that a thing? Basically, Sanya is very surprised more than anything at Sheree. Where did this come from, Sheree? All of a sudden?
Yeah, she
I
said she
thought we
thought that
had
they
a
was
pact.
she thought that they was the Three Musketeers.
Right.
And she felt like she jumped
Her,
ship.
Marlo, and Sheree.
Yes, her, Marlo, and Sheree. And she feels like she jumped ship quick, which I can agree. I'm just confused as to Miss, I make my own decisions. Going with the wind and do whatever the fuck I want. I'm just confused as to why she felt like somebody should be checking on her, trying to figure out where she is. When motherfuckers do check on you, you say you ain't showing up.
Candy
So
doesn't really understand why they're upset either, especially because they seem like they had such a good time on the boat, and it was clearly a simple miscommunication. Now Marlo, tells us in confessional, Kenya's just upset because John left her the first day and she ain't got nobody to argue with. And I said, well, you know what? And again, we try to, play devil's advocate, play both sides. And this one, sorry, Kenya, you're wrong. Now, Candy says, in comparison to Kenya's South Carolina trip, Sanya is definitely a better host. And then, of course, Bravo comes back with
the clip. And
they
show Candy's famous scene about the damn crab cake and how she pissed off. That was selfish as fuck.
That, and you don't play with Candy about no damn food.
Exactly.
So Drew basically, has to chime in and say, well, we all have, to live in our stuff. And if we're wrong, we need to, be held accountable for it when, we do something that's not right.
Girl, you lucky you got the room you got. You just shut over there with your hurt ass.
Right. Now, Sanya says, regardless of the BS, her and Ross, want to be good hosts. They want to end the trip well. So they do go back to the table. They let the ladies know the plan for the next day, which I didn't catch that whole thing.
She said she's doing iFit in the morning. Then they're gonna meet up to do bamboo rafting, and then later they're going to have dinner on the island, and they need to dress in their Jamaica colors.
Got it. I got the Jamaica colors. I missed all of that before. Now, they get ready to leave the table, and they're carrying out Miss Drew in her wheelchair.
Oh,
four of them. It was literally I'm not gonna lie. I was with Drew. It was giving Queen vibes. It was giving Queen vibes.
I was with Candy. It takes 4 of them to drag you out.
That's wrong. The wheelchair is heavy.
That's what Candy said.
Oh, you stupid. Now Sanya gets up the next morning for her eye fit session, but she sends Marlo a text asking her to basically play host in her absence so no one feels lost or forgotten. And of course, Marlo agrees, of course, because Marlo loves to be in charge. Sheree is taking a call with her business manager. I forgot her name. That is terrible.
I just said she was on the phone.
Oh, okay. Why, guys?
All
Why did I even
know
try?
all I know is she said that her fashion show is 3 weeks away and it's not going good so far. It is snafu after snafu. And yeah, she don't know if she's really gonna be able to make it happen. So I don't give a damn who that lady is. What I know is the fashion show might not be happening.
Right. And I even asked Nels, I said, have we even gotten anything in August 2022 of She by Sheree? Maybe we'll see it on the reunion, and I'm sure they're gonna bring it up and ask about it.
Oh, of course.
But yeah,
you know what she needs to do? She just needs to work in silence. And when the shit comes out,
that's what they say. They always say that, move in silence.
That's what she needs to do. She just needs to move in silence. And when the shit come out and everything is ready, boom.
Right. We're getting up. As we know, Marlo's getting everyone in the lobby, gathering them together. And, lets them know that Drew is still down. But, she's sending her a bottle of champagne, right? Now, Sanya has set up a private car for Sheree to join her for her eye fit session. We do see Bravo cuts. I guess they met the after dinner, and she lets her know, she did feel bad. She's sending a private, car for her so she can come out and join her. So as Sheree leaves, somehow she still ends up showing up late.
Let's not say somehow, okay? It was the driver. Apparently the driver got lost. They're like in the jungle somewhere. So the driver got lost. That's what she genuinely seemed disappointed because she got there at the end of the commercial. So she didn't get to, promote her shit. She didn't get to be in it or whatever. And
it's called self-sabotage.
Sanya was explaining they were all up in the jungle and everything, it was a lot of fun. And Sheree actually seems genuinely disappointed. So, I mean, I felt like, it wasn't her fault.
No, okay. So again, I said self-sabotage because I'm noticing that I think that they said this before. I think Sheree is somewhat scared of success. And I don't mean that in like it can be scary to some people. Like you can think about it, you can dream it, but when it actually comes time to like put the work in and do it and what it takes to do it, it's easy to be like,
that's scared of success or laziness.
Okay, I was trying to give her some grace.
Well, no, I mean, okay.
But the reason that I'm saying that, and
when you say putting in the work and you're not doing it, I would think like that's just laziness. That's not being scared of success.
And that's valid. My reason for saying is I noticed that we keep having these like almost fashion shows, or it seems very halfway, and it's like, you got to come correct in this. And one, you just have to give us product. It's gonna sell itself, but you can't. The fact that we can't even get to that level, the fact that you keep messing up business opportunities for you to promote yourself, to me, in a way, and maybe it was the driver, but you also had an opportunity the first day when you were sitting at the beach and you didn't. So again, it gives me self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Like she's not, I don't know, like if she's really, really afraid, like, oh my God, but I don't know, she shouldn't be because she got to pay for that shit. Well, it's paid, but
Well, Marlo, after she's, giving the gist of what's going on, I feel like she's a little bit long-winded though. So it's easy to kind of get tired of what she's saying.
Right.
Kenya basically gets up and walks away in the midst of what she's saying. And Marlo, of course, doesn't like that very much because they don't fuck with each other.
But I'm proud of Marlo. She's trying to keep herself. As I tell my son, she's taking her deep breaths and counting to 5. So,
Well, it don't even matter because Candy, she like, I don't even understand why she would put her as a temporary host when most of the motherfuckers on this trip don't get along with her ass. And Kenya in a confessional even says, who is Sanya to put this wannabe, irrelevant, cloud-chasing pedestrian in charge of her? I said, well, Sanya, you
I
about
was
to
gonna
get
say I've seen Marlo's car. I'm just saying.
you an idiot.
She doesn't walk. I mean, if I'm gonna call somebody pedestrian, it means, you on foot, but just saying. Now, at obviously we know everybody is really not into it, especially Kenya and I'm not sorry, Candy, and Kenya. So she's trying to get everybody on board, and nobody's really showing any sense of urgency. Now, Sanya is talking to Sheree, and she lets her know that she did feel bad and wanted her to be there at her iFit thing, and but she didn't feel that way about Kenya. She says that, basically she's tried, but they keep just having issues, and she notices that Kenya, I'm gonna call it what it is, keeps making excuses for why she's not showing up for her. And this is one thing I'm gonna give Sanya. She does show up for everybody. She does show up.
What she said was that she was trying to build a relationship with her, but she feels like Kenya keeps on doing, she said, this slash shit, and then tries to slide out of it. And she's tired of it. So I don't know what she mean by slash shit, but she probably talking about like she do some fuck shit or say some shady shit and then try to, weasel out of it like, oh, I didn't mean it like that, or I ain't say it like that, or whatever the hell. But then she also says like she don't even understand why Kenya's so upset. Like, oh, like I'm supposed to be checking on her while I'm working. She was like, you think she would have checked on me while she's doing Dancing with the Stars? Hell no, she'd been twirling around all over the place.
Right.
So Sheree lets her know, look, unless you shut that shit down, she gonna keep
coming at you.
And I guess, look, Sanya, she like, I'm ready for all the smoke.
Let's go.
I hope you got fire extinguishers.
Okay.
Real smoky motherfucker. Everyone is piled up on a bus. Apparently there was a little bit of a miscommunication that Drew wasn't going to make it. I don't know how, when Marlo clearly said that she's not doing well and I'm gonna send her up a bottle of champagne. But apparently nobody really gives a damn. Todd just really wanted Ralph to still come. So they go to Chukka Eco Park, where they met up with Sheree and was supposed to meet up with Sanya, but she was, busy getting ready, changing her clothes. She was out all day, in this heat and
running in the forest,
right? Making that bread, making that bag. She gotta relax for a little bit. Now, Sheree lets everybody know that she was invited after having a conversation with Sanya last night. She was invited to go see her talk and do her thing. She ain't explained that she showed up at the last minute, really didn't see that much of that shit. But, that's neither here nor there.
Right. I was going to say, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, all she wants them to know is that she went. Kenya didn't. And,
Kenya don't feel no type of way. Kenya said, oh, okay. She basically said, I don't feel no type of way, that she obviously went to talk to Sheree first, but she does say that lets me know where I stand with her and basically where our relationship is headed.
Do you believe that she don't feel no type of way?
Oh, of course not. Kenya feels some type of way.
Of course. And it was a promotion. Hello, she was mad the entire day before. She did more talking about it than Sheree did.
I think the main point that she's mad about outside of the invitation is the fact that she apologized, and she never got that from Sanya.
She apologized for what?
Sheree says Sanya apologized to me last night. And technically she kind of did, whether it be sorry for the miscommunication or whatever. And that's what Kenya was looking for. And that was the whole debate at dinner, was that Sanya wasn't giving it to her, not doing it on purpose this time. It fell out.
Probably because she felt like Kenya was taking it too far. Like,
no, I get what you're saying. I'm just telling you if anything, that would piss Kenya off, is the fact that she actually went and apologized to Sheree more than invited her out.
Well, I don't know. After all that, the ladies are sitting down. Well, everybody sit down. And out of nowhere, it's like attacking the birds. They start shitting all over their plates.
It was terrible.
And Kenya basically says this is a sign that the rest of the trip is going to be shitty. Kenya is unbothered. She is standing up with her plate super close to her chest. She don't play about her food. Marlo gets up and says, her and her Chanel got to go.
Okay.
Satan. And basically Candy says what we all know. She says she ain't about to skip a meal or a bag. Okay. Marlo suggests that everybody go down to the pool, have their food there, but nobody really followed her. It was really just her and her florist friend. What's his name?
Adrian.
Adrian. And we know
that the people that were shit on, it's because they're, shitty people. I said, oh, hey, Adrian.
Kenya was so unbothered. She just sat there, ate her plate. I'm guessing maybe birds didn't attack her. But she said, no, she's good. Everybody else stayed until they were done with their food. Then
Marlo by the pool with Adrian.
Yes. Todd and Candy basically walked past everybody. And Todd says, we're going to our private bungalow. We don't do general admission. I said, okay, sir. And Kenya was right along with him. She said she's joining the VIPs as well.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably be that same way. I'm not about to sit out in the sun.
But me and the son don't get along. So I would definitely be.
Yeah, I would have definitely been like, bungalow. I'll take bungalow for 100.
Yeah. And Kenya lets them know that, Sheree didn't pick her for her fashion show, even though she did her little fashion walk. Like, I do this. This is what I do. I'm a whole model. But she did her fashion walk and she got rejected. She put on her little wrap skirt. She was trying to show them, like, I don't think they really gave a damn. But Marlo then says to Monyetta that she wants to have a conversation with them. She wants to vent. She says, because, I think you're fair. Tell Sheree, you're going to tell me really the shit of the shit. And, she explains that, I don't know what this had to do with anything, but she explains that she's been hosting for Sanya for a couple of hours. And then she went into some other shit. Listen, it could be the editing. I really don't know. But it's in my notes. Okay. So then she says, tell me if this is not the way shit went down. Okay. So me and Ralph were having a heated conversation, heated discussion about him changing his mind on adopting his son. Then Candy interrupted and said, well, you gave your nephews away. So Sheree tells her,
no, Candy said, why are you in his business? And she definitely questioned it before. And it was Marlo who said something to her that made her have that response.
Listen, I'm telling you what Marlo said.
I'm just telling
this is Marlo's take on it.
Okay. We also know Marlo can be a little bit delusional and in denial, very much like she thinks Kenya is.
Basically. So Sheree, it seems like Sheree and Monyetta actually agree with Marlo and says, yes. And then she brought up your nephews, and that's a trigger for anybody. And Marlo feels like she's taking accountability, but nobody understands her view as to why Candy brought up her nephews, especially in a time that she was going through that. So she basically says, this is why she don't really open up to nobody, because this is the type of shit that happens. And Monyetta, oh no, she didn't. Monyetta, well, I'm gonna say the ladies, okay? They both say that, maybe now y'all can have a conversation, and maybe she'll be more open to it, and can come to an agreement that you guys just won't take it there, because we know Marlo goes low. Marlo admitted to going low. And then they get a text from Sanya, basically to meet them at the bus. I guess they're about to go on their rafting, their bamboo rafting ride.
We see Sanya show up for the bamboo rafting, I believe it is. But I believe people were confused as to the word rafting. It seems like everybody had a little bit more of an adventurous.
That could be the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but who goes whitewater rafting in bamboo?
I was like, when everybody was so shocked, and we'll get to that, Shade Squad, but when everybody was so shocked, I was like, she definitely said bamboo.
That's what I mean. Who goes whitewater rafting in bamboo? And have you not really seen this before in Jamaica? Like, this is a thing.
I haven't, but I knew when she said bamboo, it wasn't gonna be no bumpy, it wasn't gonna be no adventurous stuff. But
I feel like this is a thing, like literally, like you can't say that you've gone to Jamaica unless you've done this. Like, for real.
I've seen it before. I don't necessarily know if I knew it was Jamaica. Like, I probably seen it on travel. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
I know Kenya felt like it was Golden Girl, like Golden Girls of whitewater rafting.
Right.
Everybody said whitewater rafting, honey.
Right. And Marlo is really unprepared because she has this bag full of that clearly the birds have left her. And she, she's like, I got all my makeup, I got all my tools, all my, all my.
She even asked if the bag was too heavy for the raft, and Sanya was like,
Sanya was picking up, she was like,
it's not too heavy, but boo, really all you need to bring was shades. She got a whole change of, it might as well be an overnight bag.
Basically, as they board the rafts, Candy is excited to relax and flow through the stream.
Now she want to relax.
Whereas
adventure.
Whereas Todd,
now he want adventure too.
No, Candy was cool with relaxing. It was Candy.
Oh, Candy. I don't know why I thought you said Kenya.
Yeah, no. Candy is excited. She's like, oh, this is my type of thing. I ain't got
right.
I can sit back and chill. They answer emails.
That would so be me.
Phone calls. That would be me too.
Mm-hmm.
So Todd, he's also a little upset. He was like, I was expecting something just a little bit more intense. This is a lazy river.
I love the lazy river.
So Sheree and Kenya are off in their own float. And basically, Sheree is telling Kenya about the conversation that she had with Sanya. Now, Kenya goes into this whole thing. I'm sorry, Kenya. I'm going to have to call it. You're playing Susie. Where she, feels Ross was aggressive because he cursed. And, she felt some type of way that she didn't have anyone by her side to defend her. Now, Sheree doesn't really feel it was aggressive and feels like, Ross did what he was supposed to do as a husband. So she's not co-signing that, Kenya. And at the same time, Sanya is over here telling Marlo that she's basically done with the excuses from Kenya. And then we see Bravo, who is great at dropping receipts, and they go back and roll the tape of every time Kenya has broken down. If it's not about Brooklyn, it's about Mark. It's, and Kenya, keep going to therapy. Keep going. It's a what did they say? It's a marathon, not a sprint. So now we see Drew laid up with her foot up, chilling in the hotel room. That bottle of champagne coming.
If you can't be on the raft, that's how you like to be.
Look, right. And
laid up in the bed with a bottle of champagne delivered to you. That's what I'm talking about.
And I ain't mad at it. Go ahead. And yeah, that's all that's going on. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna get interesting because I feel like, as Nail said, I feel like Marlo's gonna have something to say to Candy. And I'm pretty sure Kenya is going to address Sanya, but we'll see.
Or Sanya is going to address Kenya.
That part.
Kenya, she stops by Drew's room to see if she's going to dinner, and she tells her absolutely, positively not. Okay, her foot is swollen. She got to elevate that thing, and the more medicine she takes,
painkillers.
She can't get on the plane. Apparently, so she is in serious pain. I guess she's just gonna sit up there, eat her food, and drink her champagne. Now everybody else is getting ready. Apparently, Kenya beat everybody to the punch. We know Kenya normally take forever to get ready, but everybody else is still getting ready. And Kenya over here walking around, hair did, nails did, everything did. Okay. Marlo, we see Marlo on FaceTime with her nephew. He tells her that he misses her, but his face was so close to the camera. I'm not sure which one it was, but I know it was a nephew. William. Okay. Well, we'll go with that. So then Monyetta, she stops by Candy's room and lets her know that Marlo had a few questions for her, and she revealed something. She wanted to be open. And Candy feels like it's the same shit that she always does. She talks about her emotional trauma, and she just wants you to chalk it up as that, and that's why the fuck she flipped out and went below the belt and did the shit that she did. But she says that she's in a better place. And she don't feel like it's necessary to be in a better place with Marlo. So she's done daughter with that.
Right. She's like,
then Monyetta says that Marlo feels that Candy started it by bringing up the adoption thing. And Candy feels like what she said was true. And she was really going in on Ralph and really felt that she used the same words that she was using on Ralph on her damn self. So that's why she felt the need to speak up. She felt like she was being hypocritical. So everybody starts coming in for dinner.
Black, green, and gold.
Yes. Sanya has set up this dinner on the beach, and she says there's nothing more beautiful than this. And yes, they are wearing the Jamaican flag colors, which she said black, green, and gold. So it's hilarious because Marlo and Kenzie actually came in with basically the same damn shirt on, just in 2 different colors. Okay. And Candy is like, can I get a moment of peace where this woman is not in my business or my closet? Apparently not. Apparently not. And Kenya actually walks in. She's like, oh, I almost bought that shirt too. It's Alexander McQueen, ain't it? Y'all all could have been at the damn table. A whole bunch of motherfuckers that don't like each other wearing the same damn shirt. Could you imagine?
Somebody would have got a drink thrown that
night. Could you imagine if Kenya got it in gold, red, the green, black, and gold? Now Sanya goes around the table and asks everyone what was their highlight of the trip. Sheree says it was going to the track that she used to train at and betting on Marlo.
Right.
Marlo says, you know, that video that you sent me of me running, you know, I really love that because you was cheering me on and it inspires me. You know, it makes me feel good.
Encouragement.
And Sheree was like, oh, girl, that's because I was betting on you. So Marlo was like, hold up, it was all about the money. She was like, well, I mean, clearly I believed in you, bitch.
Right.
Basically, I believed in you. That's why I bet on you. Okay, don't look, let's not take away from that.
Right.
So Marlo's basically like, well, you know what? Regardless, I'm always gonna anytime I need to be inspired and uplifted, I'm always going to listen to that video. So then Sheree opens up the floor for Kenzie and Marlo to talk. And
Marlo takes accountability for what
she does for her part. And she says that she asked her, do you understand why I went crazy and went below the belt? Of course, Candy's like,
no.
Hell no. And she says that she was talking to Ralph. Talking to Drew like a week prior, and talking about Ralph adopting his son. And then out of nowhere, she hears that he ain't doing it no more. So of course, you know, that hit her. And she's like, she was shocked when Candy intervened and basically like, why are you worried about his business when you gave away your nephews? So she felt like Candy was telling her personal business about her and the boys. Candy says, first of all, what we're not going to do is make this about the boys because you know I love them.
Right.
Okay. But I feel like what I was saying was a true statement. And, you know, of course, Marlo was like, well, what I was saying was true. Candy said, no. What you said about my husband was not at all true. Okay. And she also said that, you know, I felt the need to speak up because if Ralph would have got into it with you, it would have been, you know, a man arguing with a woman, and, you know, he couldn't really speak up for himself because he's a man at a table full of women, and, you know, everybody would have gotten his ass. And, you know,
can't nobody say nothing to that because that's obviously we've seen it with Kenya.
Exactly. And basically, Candy explains that, boo, I'm not Michelle Obama. If you go low, I'm going low with you.
Right. So, and I love when Todd tells her, like, look, I don't care what y'all go through, but can I be left out of it?
And he said, leave me the fuck out of it.
And then Marlo, I wish I had a man beside me.
You got to curse, though. You got to curse. And Candy basically says, point proven. A man can't speak up, can't say how he feels, or
you're addressing and talking about him.
Exactly. Or it's perceived as aggressive, or a man is talking down to me or talking at me or whatever. So basically her point was proven. But they decide, you know what, they are still going to, you know, they're not going to, she said she's not going to disrespect her husband. They're still going to support each other. And she just says, do not bring up her nephews in a negative way in front of people that she does not know. And, you know, they just kind of leave it at that. You know, of course, Candy agrees because she didn't bring up her nephews in a negative way at all anyway. So
she's like, I'm cool with that. Just keep my husband's name out your mouth.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, all the men, you know what? I think that they saw that.
Checks out.
I think that they saw that shit was going left. So Ross was the first one. He was like, I gotta work in the morning, so I'm out of here. And then the men are like, let's follow suit. We're out of here.
Right. And then Sanya says, it's just been a long couple days. And then she looks at Kenya and she's like, so Kenya, what's up? I was like, well, we about to see what's up. Sanya, as we know where we left off, Sanya basically looks at Kenya and is like, yo, what's up? So Kenya's like confused. She tells her, you sound like a dude. Sanya tells her, it's like every time we talk, you disengage. So she tells her she felt like she's been ungrateful and she's been a pretty much gracious host. Kenya's like, okay, the ego is very real tonight. Okay. Kenya says she felt disrespected and, basically about how she left them and they were trying to be there to support her. And she was like, okay, but you could have been there to support day one and you didn't show up. So I'm just saying. Now, again, Kenya's on this whole kick that, she just feels like I'm talking. You need to listen, which obviously does not sit well with Sanya.
Because she's like, we're having our conversation. I speak when the fuck I want to. You
get me?
Basically.
And Sanya is starting to get a little loud with her, because she's taken aback by the fact that you're basically telling me to shut up. And then Kenya says that you're doing the Drew. You're doing the Drew. I said, ooh, ooh. Now, Sanya tries to explain, every time I bring up something, you try to find a way to like
wiggle out. Yeah, wiggle out of it.
Instead of
never addressing what it is.
Right, and taking accountability for the fact that you may have hurt me as a friend.
This is where Sanya messed up. This is where shit went left, because then Kenya is like, what are you talking about? I can't do these abstract thoughts. Like, can you name a time? Like, because Sanya's like, oh, you're very dismissive when I'm talking to you. She tells her that you are Kenya tells her that she's very inarticulate when she's explaining herself. So Sanya says that the issue with her is that she does the Kenya. Kenya said, oh, I'm sorry, did I twirl on you? She said, did I say gone with the wind, fabulous honey? I said, no, that is the Kenya. I ain't even.
That is the
Kenya. That's the Kenya. And ask her, can you give me one example of when I dismissed you? So she says, oh, when you hung up the phone on me. And she's like, okay, we addressed that. She's like, we addressed that. We both apologized. Now, is there a second, that's got you all with your panties in a bunch? For some reason, Sanya could not come up with it.
Come up with it.
She's like, just give me a second. Let me think about it. Woman, the whole reason why y'all are arguing right now. How is that not a thing?
We're so upset.
Literally, it's because you showed up. The reason why Marlo was there, because she was there on time. But you took it out on me when you were late. I lost my phone, and even if I didn't lose my phone, I was working. I could not call and check on you. How was that not? Why was that not? You know what? It's not my. You know what? I don't even give a damn. So Sanya. So basically, Kenya says, you know what? She was like, when we have an issue, and we decide we're gonna move forward, let's just move forward. And Sanya's like, yeah, you know what? I'm down with that. But she really feels like a lot of this stemmed from the lack of communication that they were having, like lack of text messages and phone calls, and feels like, like maybe they fell off a little bit. Maybe she wasn't feeling like they were as tight as they were. So Kenya says, you're actually my type of person. You're my type of girl. She's like, you're very smart and articulate. Of course, bravo and a shady ass rewind, where she just called her inarticulate. Okay. And says that, you're also very accomplished. And, you fall into that category of the type of women that I like. Ciao, bye. And then she asked her, well, I got one more question. Did you give me a birthday cake? Sanya, Sanya looked like she was a deer caught in headlights. Apparently, no, she did not get that girl a birthday cake. Then we find out at the airport the way Marlo and Candy made up is because apparently the KFC in Jamaica is supposed to be the bomb. Okay, so Marlo went and got something.
I would never eat KFC here, so that was surprising to me.
You know, they all taste different. I don't mean KFC, but I mean just any fast food. They all taste different out the country. Okay. But so Marlo buys a bucket of chicken. Now Candy says on her way to the bathroom, she smelled that chicken. She like, oh. And of course, she saw Marlo with it. She like, girl,
can I get a wing?
Can I get a wing? I'm mad at you, right? You lucky I like chicken, but I'm mad at you. Can I please get a wing? So apparently, look, you know what Candy said. She don't turn down no food. She don't turn down no bag. Okay. So that is apparently how they made up.
And I thought that was really cute.
I thought so too.
That was. And I hopefully they can stay made up.
Yeah, she said that they both agreed not to go below the belt anymore. Marlo, listen.
Until the reunion, I'm sure.
Another bucket of chicken is not gonna help you next time. So you better keep to it.
I was gonna say Candy just go get her own because she got a bag.
Well,
thank you guys for
tuning
in another review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This was episode 15. So if you have not already, please make sure that you hit the like button,
you comment,
and you subscribe,
and you hit the notification bell.
And please make sure you join us in a couple days because episode 16 will be out. We're on it, daggone it. We're closing out the summer. We've had our fun. So yes, we will get back on track. But thank you guys for sticking with us.
And you can check out a short little clip of our girls trip that we went on our TikTok.
How to post the TikTok and the shorts. Give me a minute because but we're gonna get there. But thank you guys. Appreciate you. We love the growth. Let's continue to do so. Make sure that you're sharing with us with all your friends because we're funny and stuff, and it's a whole squad over here. And we appreciate you. And make sure that you go by Stamped by Alicia and get your personalized. I'll let y'all use the palm tree, but put your own damn name on it, okay? Can y'all do that? And yes, and get your own Shadeinthecity glass. So thank you guys. We'll see you in a couple days. Love you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!